Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at someone, well, everyone knows, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Huge star, right? But we're going beyond the wrestling, beyond the blockbusters. We want to unpack how he became this titan of industry.
Exactly. That's the mission today. Forget just the acting for a second. We're digging into the strategy, the career moves, the businesses. We've got articles, financial reports, the works. We're going to pull out the key stuff to show you the real scale of his financial world. It's way more than just movie paychecks.
Okay, let's get into it then. The scale. I mean, the number you see floating around is just massive. Celebrity net worth pegs at around $800 million for 2025. That's...
wow. It's a huge number.
Right. So the big question is how? How did he actually build that kind of wealth? What are the pieces here beyond the obvious?
Well, yeah, and that's the interesting part, isn't it? That it's not just acting. I mean, that's big, but it's really proof of very strategic moves, smart film deals, but also this growing list of businesses. It's not just one thing he's good at. It's like a whole portfolio, really diversified.
Diversified feels like an understatement. But okay, let's start where most people know him, the movies. He's always up there, highest paid actors list.
Consistently.
Forbes, for 2024, I think they estimated, what was it, $88 million net or $103 million gross. Made him the top earner that year. How does he pull those kinds of numbers? What's happening in those deals?
Well, his deals are, let's say, very cleverly structured, and they've evolved, right? As his star power grew, he can demand these massive upfront salaries. We're talking like often north of $20 million per film.
Just to show up, basically.
I mean, much. But crucially, it's not just that. He negotiates back-end deals, too. So he gets a slice of the profits if the movie does well. And producer credits, that's key.
Ah, okay. So being a producer isn't just a title.
Not at all. Those credits often mean extra fees, maybe a piece of the film's gross revenue, not just profit. That gives him a much deeper stake in how the whole project performs. He goes from being, talent for hire to a real partner in the film's success.
Got it. Like a mini studio himself sometimes. And the films, well, they clearly make money. What's the total gross now? Over $14 billion.
Yeah, something like $14.9 billion worldwide collectively. It's staggering.
And you think about specific ones, like Fast and Furious. When he joined as Hobbs, didn't it feel like that series got a whole new lease on life?
It really did. He definitely brought a new energy. And then you've got Jumanji. Both Welcome to the Jungle and The Next Level were just huge hits.
Massive, yeah.
Can't forget Moana either, voicing Maui. Plus things like San Andreas, Central Intelligence, Rampage, the list goes on. He just keeps delivering these blockbusters. It cements him.
A true box office force.
Absolutely. And, it's not only the big screen. He's smart about TV, too. Things like the Titan Games or Young Rock.
Right, Young Rock.
Yeah. It shows he understands how to connect everywhere, across different screens, and keep those income streams flowing from, well, all directions. Diversifying the entertainment side, too, not just the investments.
Okay, so powerhouse performer, check. But the leap from that to this business mogul status, that's the really fascinating part for me. How does one guy, especially an actor with that kind of insane schedule, manage to build and run so many successful businesses? It seems, well, almost impossible.
It is remarkable. And his business side is just as important now as the acting, maybe even more so strategically.
Yeah.
They often feed into each other, too. Take $7 Productions. He co-founded that with Dana Garcia way back in 2012.
Okay.
And that's not just some side project. It's a proper multi-platform company.
Right.
They produce a lot of his own movies and shows. That gives him control over the content and, importantly, those producer fees we talked about. Control is huge.
Right, owning the production. Makes sense.
Then you've got Teremana Tequila. Launched that in 2020.
Oh, yeah, you see that everywhere now.
Exactly. It's been a huge success right out of the gate. Found a big audience, partly because it ties into his persona. Approachable, quality. And in 2021, ZOA Energy. Another move into consumer goods, this time energy drinks. Again, aligning with the whole fitness thing.
The brand alignment seems key.
Totally. Which brings us to Project Rock, his line with Under Armour. Athletic gear, shoes, headphones.
Yeah, that stuff sells like crazy.
Because it perfectly taps into that fitness-focused motivational brand he's built. It feels authentic coming from him.
And then there's football. He owns a football league. That seems like a whole different arena.
Yeah. A whole different ball game, you could say. But it fits, in a way.
Yeah.
In 2020, he was part of the group that bought the XFL.
Right, the XFL.
Shows his interest in sports ownership, connects back to his own football past, maybe. And now he's actually a director on the TKO Holdings board, which is the parent company of WWE and UFC. So he's really embedded in sports entertainment now.
Wow, okay.
And the latest is Papatui, his men's personal care brand, launched just last year, 2023.
So, tequila, energy drinks, clothes, production, football, skincare. It's an incredible range.
Yeah.
Are these just like endorsements with his name slapped on? Or is there a deeper strategy? What ties all these seemingly quite different things together?
That's the million-dollar question, or maybe the $800 million question.
Yeah.
It's definitely strategic. It seems rooted in, first, a really deep understanding of his audience, what they want, what they aspire to, and critically, understanding his own brand. He doesn't just lend his name. He seems to focus on building these purpose-driven businesses where the profit motive aligns with some kind of impact or authenticity.
Okay, purpose-driven. What does that look like in practice? Like with the tequila or the sportswear?
Well, Project Rock, for example, it's not just gym clothes. It's tied into his whole message of hard work, overcoming obstacles, that motivational mindset. That's the purpose, beyond just selling a t-shirt. It resonates.
Okay. It connects to his image.
Exactly. And Teremana, he was positioned as, a quality tequila for sharing, for bringing people together. That taps into the more approachable family guy side of his public image. Plus, you have to mention his social media. He uses that platform incredibly effectively. Huge reach, apparently earns massive amounts just from sponsored posts, but also uses it to directly market his own products. Turns his brand straight into a business asset.
So wrapping this up then, what does this journey mean for you listening? It's pretty clear Dwayne Johnson's path from wrestler to this global entertainment and business figure is.
Well, it's extraordinary. That massive net worth, it isn't just about being a talented movie star. It really reflects his strategic vision as an entrepreneur, always looking for the next angle, the next expansion.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, I think, is how his story shows that massive success and influence today is not just about talent. Talent helps, obviously, but it's also about this relentless work ethic, really knowing your audience and having that sharp business sense to keep it evolving, keep diversifying, which kind of leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? How am I leveraging a personal brand across all these different areas like Johnson has done? Could that be a kind of blueprint for success now in this changing world of entertainment and business? It's something to think about.